Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Star Trek Judgement Rites. When last we left off, we've managed to rescue Spock from the Savant, who was existing in an entirely different universe, effectively, with an eternity of joy and happiness that it was forcing on Spock unwillingly. Unfortunately, because of the ambient sound volume in the previous mission, we still have a thunder and lightning sounds going on from that previous mission at this point, and they won't go until a little bit into the next mission, so I shall endeavour to get there as quickly as possible, if only so that the crew of the Enterprise can get away from these constant lightning sound effects. They must really hate the new ambience track that Spock has put in on the Enterprise to try and soothe him from the experiences that he'd experienced with the Savant. Let's go to Mission 6 with Lightning and Storms! Museum piece.
How long until we reach Nova Atar, Ensign?
Because I really want to turn off this sound effects of lightning and thunder.
About 23 hours, Captain.
That's not too bad.
22 hours, 53 minutes, and 17 seconds to be precise.
Thanks, Spock.
Spock, there's no need to be precise. We're going on shore leave. Rest, relaxation, no calls from Starfleet.
Yeah, about that. This is the Enterprise. There'll inevitably be calls from Starfleet.
Captain, we have a message coming in from Admiral Richards at Starfleet.
Yep, it's just like you jinxed it, Kirk.
On screen, Lieutenant.
Yay! More missions even though we're on shore leave. The Enterprise have a fine lot.
Hello, Jim. I know you're going on shore leave, but...
But...
What is it, Chris?
Indeed.
since you're going there anyway, and it's only a small favor...
How do I get the feeling that this is going to be terrible?
Favor?
I don't want to inconvenience you, but...
But...
Fine, you have it. What would you like me to do?
Indeed.
We recently discovered that one of the exhibits in the Smithsonian Annex at Nova Atar is of great historical significance to the Soransi, an influential family from planet Lakian. The museum is going to have a small ceremony to return the item. The Federation planned to send a representative, but, well, she couldn't make it. Since you'll be in the neighborhood, well, no dress uniforms. All you have to do is smile and shake hands.
Also, why is that lightning sound effect in the background? Ask Spock. Don't ask me. I have no idea why he's still playing it after all this time.
Smile, shake hands. It would be my pleasure, Admiral. My chief engineer had already promised to show me around. We'll be there.
You will. That means that Scotty is probably coming on this away mission.
Thanks, Jim. I owe you one. Check your data files for details. Oh, one more thing, Jim. Due to the security concerns, you won't be allowed to bring any electronic equipment with you. Richard's out.
That's quite a security precaution. I hope that doesn't come to bite us later.
Now, I was saying...
You were talking about how relaxing that the shore leave was going to be without calls from Starfleet.
Captain, do we really have to stand around and listen to speeches from a bunch of politicians?
Yep.
It won't be all bad, Scotty. The curator's a major cognac producer, and he asked us to show up early to thank us for our support.
I'm pretty sure Scotty's going to like the cognac part.
Captain, it'd be rude to keep a man like the curator waiting, what with an important diplomatic function to prepare for.
Well, there is only one place that we can go to. Let's talk to Spock first.
All sensors are clear, Captain.
Thank you. Now, Nova Atar is the grey star on the left, which I believe is this one. Engage!
We've arrived at Nova Atar, Captain.
Excellent.
Bring us into standard orbit, Mr. Sewell.
Thank you. I don't even need to press the button.
Aye, Captain.
It looks like all the other planets we've been to. And let's talk to Spock just before we leave.
We are at Nova Atar.
Thanks, Spock. I don't even think you come with us on this mission. Let's go.
Mr. Scott, Mr. Chekhov, come with me. Mr. Spock, you have the call.
And I do believe, with this, the storm and lightning sounds will vanish. Take us away, Kyle. Only 3.
Captain Kirk, good to meet you. I am Boris Brezhnev, curator of the museum. Everyone is buzzing about visitors from the Enterprise. A real feather in my cap.
And indeed, the sounds of thunder and lightning have left. And oh my, am I happy to see them go. We are now in the museum.
The pleasure is ours, sir. This is my chief engineer, Mr. Scott, and Ensign Chekhov, our navigator.
This is, I think, the one mission where you have Scotty with you.
Most pleased to meet you both. Check, a fine name. I'm certain you will be interested in sampling the Kazakhstani cognac, distilled and blended by my family. In fact, I will later show you my most prized possession, a bottle of our finest vintage, aged 40 years from our very first pressing.
Ooh, that's quite old.
But isn't cognac French?
Good question.
Originally, Mr. Scott. But before my ancestors came to settle this planet, they went to Cognac and purchased cuttings, brought them here, and made enhancements. You could say we reinvented Cognac.
Oh?
I do not wish to be rude, but you gentlemen are a bit early, and I must see to making certain the cleaning crews are finished working. Please, feel free to look about a bit. I will page you later, and maybe you will join me in a small toast before the ceremonies? Yes?
Yes, I think Scotty would like that.
It would be our pleasure, Curator.
And I'm pretty sure Kirk wouldn't mind being given free alcohol.
I told you we invented it.
Oh?
Maybe we were a little hard on you, laddie.
Maybe.
Never doubted you for a second, Mr. Chekhov. Now let's take advantage of this time and look around.
Good plan. Let's actually have a nice look around. There's a lot to look at.
Kirk seems to be enjoying the leisurely stroll around the museum.
There's going to be a lot of old stuff here.
Scotty thinks this is the best shore leave he's ever had.
I'm not surprised.
Chekhov is pleased to finally be with someone from his ancestral culture.
Now let's talk to everyone in the crew.
I imagine this is how you decorate your home, Mr. Scott.
I highly doubt that.
Aye, Captain. But I'd leave all the parts in. Most of this has been gutted.
Oh?
Maybe they'll display a piece of the Enterprise here someday, Captain.
Let's hope it's not in pieces.
Maybe they will, Mr. Chekhov.
They'd better not. Taking a piece out of that grand lady would be like cutting the head from the statue of the Antares maiden and putting that on display.
Yeah, I don't think we want to start taking the Enterprise apart.
Interesting analogy, Mr. Scott. But you have to admit that someday even the Enterprise will be put into dry dock.
Not if Scotty has anything to say about it.
He will not.
Yep, as I said.
I think we'll agree with Mr. Scott on this one, don't you think, Mr. Chekhov?
Yes, Captain.
And Scotty.
This is a fine place, Captain. We'll have to come here for shore leave more often.
I thought you might say that. Oh, also, we don't have anything to actually scan anything with, so we just have to look with our eyes.
The plaque reads, an old ground-based phaser cannon model B-17, the real equalizer, rescued from a Federation scrapyard, probably based on the frontier near Nelapur. This phaser cannon no longer possesses any of its focusing or targeting equipment. The large capacitors in the base allowed a variety of power sources to be used to energize the cannon and gave the real equalizer considerable flexibility in use.
There's a lot of stuff here. We're going to be looking at all of
The
it.
Klingon console looks operational, but without a ship attached, it's hard to tell.
Indeed.
Written on the plaque, this is a control console from a Klingon warbird, the Klarg, which was salvaged from the battle wreckage near Crimmins 8.
Ah,
Think you could make that work, Mr. Scott?
probably.
Of course, Captain. But it's not like I'll ever have to.
Oh, there is some foreshadowing there. There is so much foreshadowing there. This is not just going to be a nice and pleasant jaunt around this museum. Something is going to go very wrong, I'm sure.
Lights cascade continually above the surface of this device. Plaques on each side read, the Vandecourt Aurora generator was donated to this museum by Sir William Loudon. Originally, a university experiment designed to test broadcast power as both a containment system and photostimulation for possible use in a propulsion system, the unit was presented as a gift to Loudon, who liked the way it looked and had recently donated a significant sum to the university.
Oh. What about this?
The plaque reads, the Niven, non-integrated Vulcan electronumerator, was one of the earliest versions of a Vulcan computer. Some of the components were found to only function correctly at high temperatures. Since the focus in those early days was on computational effectiveness and not user-friendliness, the operator could not stand near the Niven during its operation. Input to the machine was cabled in from a separate device, hence it was a non-integrated computer.
Indeed. What about this?
The plaque reads,
Oh, it's the same thing.
a heavy set of double doors. When open, good for moving large items through. When closed, good for stopping large items from moving through.
Thanks. That was very informative.
A typical computer-controlled door.
Well, let's keep exploring. There's probably a lot more we need to have a look at. Might as well have a look at everything while we're here. There's probably a lot to look at. Ooh, there is a lot to look at.
Kirk realizes this is probably heaven to Scotty, but this isn't his favorite type of history.
That's probably true.
Chekhov thinks this is interesting, but that he's too young to be spending his shore leave in a stuffy old museum.
And Scotty?
Scotty is quite pleased that the captain enjoys this as much as he does.
I'm not sure he does, but we'll not dissolve the illusion there, rather.
There are some impressive items in this museum.
There are.
Aye, they went to a lot of trouble to find some of these beauties.
I hope the ceremony doesn't last too long. I'm starting to get hungry.
I'm sure there's food.
I'm sure it won't be much longer, Mr. Chekhov.
Not that I'm ever planning to leave the Enterprise, but a man could do worse than spend his retirement here. A lot worse.
You end up spending your retirement somewhere quite different, Mr. Scott.
I don't know, Scotty. I don't think I can really imagine you wanting to spend your days tinkering with antiques.
Perhaps you're right, but these things do have their charm.
They do. What's this?
This EVA suit was worn by Ivan Petrovsky, a late 21st century Terran astronaut during the famous Commonwealth mission. Petrovsky used this suit to dock with the damaged spacecraft SS Commonwealth and save the vessel from certain destruction in orbit around Mars.
Petrovsky. Isn't that a Russian name?
I don't think so, Mr. Chekhov.
I sincerely doubt it, laddie.
Really? I would have sworn it was Russian.
Well, what about this machine?
The plaque on the old machine reads, an early experimental transporter. The Murnane 8 was from a time before transporters were safe for travel by living beings. Constructed to be a frequently modified testbed, the Murnane 8 had only a small loading bay. The destination controls were also still in testing, making the use of this transporter as much art as science.
Oh.
Hulking consoles ring the room, making the raised pedestal stand out even more.
What about this?
The plaque reads, one of the most widely used and most stable designs ever. The Umber Hubble Mark 84 has been used in far more ships than any other model.
Oh, and the dialogue is finished. Created originally from the Deacon-class cruiser, the Umber Hubble was quickly adopted to a wide variety of ships. Oh, he's going over there.
Captain Kirk, I trained on one of these. It's solid as a rock and twice as dependable.
Oh.
Remind me after the ceremony. I'll talk to the curator about letting you look this one over.
Oh.
Thank you, Captain. I'd dearly love to put it through its paces.
Fair enough. What about this?
An old communications panel. On the plaque, this communications station was removed off the old freighter, Big Bear Running, when that ship was retired from its customary Benchley to Sawcare run. Outdated by today's standards, this system was known for its powerful transmitter and ease of repair. As a side note, the shell of the Big Bear Running was used as a testing target for present models of photon torpedoes.
Really? Interesting. Well, let's move on. Let's go to room number 9. There's a lot to explore still. Ooh. What's this?
The plaque reads, the Dunkelberger Automated Worker Mark 12 was a successful entry in the early days of automated labor. The Mark 12 was designed to function as a cargo helper, allowing small manufacturers to cheaply compete against large corporations. Due to their small size, reliability, and obedience, these robots were often treated like pets and given names that were incorporated into their response systems. This particular version was called Barney.
Not a bad name. What else have we got?
This display is all glistening angles of crystal, written on the plaque, an early example of the crystalline computers developed by the Lantoids of Tuner 9. Supposedly impossible to access by non-Lantoid life forms, the computer works on a combination of harmonics and light transmission. The The Lantoids make physical contact with the computer to operate it. It is said that listening to a Lantoid operate the computer is like listening to a complex musical score played on delicate chimes. The Lantoids view programming as an art form.
Not surprising considering all that.
The schematics for a Dunkelberger automated worker Mark 12.
Huh. This looks like a spaceship.
Written on the plaque, Federation Scientific Probe Model 331-19A. The 331-19A was powered by a small fusion reactor, since removed. The 331-19A had considerable range but was considered slow. The 331-19A carried a 3-ton instrument array. This has also been removed from the display model. This particular probe was used to monitor the collision of Algiers 5 and Algiers 6. One of the double stars at the core of the Algiers system had begun to collapse to a brown dwarf stage, and the resulting fluctuations resulted in the planet's orbital paths crossing, which led to their collision.
Interesting.
I've used one of these before, Captain. Everyone notices the fusion reactor, but I'll bet they forgot the fuel cell that served as backup power for the instrument package. It's probably as dry as a bone after all these years.
I'm sure you could get it going again. Let's look at the crew.
Scott thinks there needs to be a way to serve the cognac in every room.
He would think that.
Kirk suddenly wonders if the diplomat's accident was an accident.
An accident? What are we talking about?
Chekhov wonders if the curator has a daughter.
That's an odd thing to think.
Do you think we should start back, Captain?
Nah, I don't think so.
Enjoy yourself, laddie. The curator will call us when he's ready.
Indeed.
This place is a marvel, Captain. I could spend weeks in here.
You probably could.
I'm sure you could, Scotty.
I'm not sure Kirk could.
Was that the curator? I thought I heard him call.
Nope, wasn't.
No, Captain. We've got plenty of time to view the exhibits.
I don't think he's happy about that.
I see.
Yep, he's not happy about that. Let's keep moving. Yep. The music has changed. It's not as happy anymore. What about this room? Alright, what's in this room? Oh, there's someone here.
This guard is dressed exactly the same as the other guard.
There are two guards.
This guard is dressed exactly the same as the other guard.
Well played there by describing it like that.
Chekhov wonders if the artifact on the pedestal was of Russian origin.
Maybe.
Scotty hopes nothing was damaged when the museum moved the other exhibits out of this room for the ceremony.
Probably not.
Captain Kirk and party, please report to the curator's office, please. Captain Kirk and party, please report to the curator's office.
Oh, we will.
I hope you enjoyed your tour, gentlemen. Please join me. Would you mind if the first toast with the Kazakhstanian was to the Enterprise?
That's not bad.
Curator, why isn't that Brezhnev cognac?
Good question.
For heaven's sakes, Chekhov, don't interrupt a man on the verge of toasting the best ship in the fleet with the finest cognac on this side of the galaxy.
My apologies.
Let's have a drink.
Questions later, then. The toast. Here's to the Starship Enterprise.
And hope that nothing goes terribly wrong while we're here. Oh.
What could this be?
Something is about to go terribly wrong, isn't it?
A conspiracy, if you ask me, Captain.
What, to avoid drinking the cognac?
Let me pull this up on screen.
Okay. Hopefully nothing's gonna go wrong. Oh, something's going wrong!
They've destroyed my camera. Well, let's see how they deal with our other security
You have
systems.
other security systems? Oh.
Ignoring the slight ozone odor, the curator looks peacefully asleep.
Is he peacefully asleep?
I wish Bones were here. He's out, but I can't tell you how bad it is.
Well, at least he's not dead. So, things have gone very badly wrong. Yep, this mission was not going to be anything peaceful, I'm We were all pretty sure of that. And unfortunately...
A small, tantalizing goblet of cognac, waiting for the warm touch of Mr. Scott's hand to gently release its vapors.
Just out of curiosity, can we use him on the cognac?
I don't understand what you want me to do, Captain.
Drink the cognac? We could take the cognac.
No effect.
What about this bottle of cognac? Oh, we can actually take it.
The decanter is nearly full.
Ooh, can we use that on Mr. Scott? Well, for now we have a situation going on, and we need to solve it. We most certainly need to solve it. We're not quite sure on what we're going to have to solve or how, but we're going to have to try and solve it. So, I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later. And you thought this mission was going to be nice and peaceful and relaxing. Ah, no. This never happens when Kirk is around. Never, ever, ever. So, catch you next time, folks. I'll see you then. Later.